Hi, this is Sam here from RecipeThis.com and the voice behind the popular Kitchen Gadgets podcast, Magic with Gadgets. Today I've got a real treat for you. It's one of my favourite recipes in the slow cooker, and it's slow cooker meatloaf and baby potatoes. A fantastic all-in-one meal you can do in the slow cooker. It tastes amazing, it's so easy to do, and you'll just love putting it on in the morning and coming back to it later. So, what do you need to be able to make meatloaf and potatoes in the slow cooker? Of course, we have plenty of potatoes there, but most of the ingredients that we use in here are for putting the meatloaf together. So we have 2 packs of mince, or if you're in the US watching this, it'll be ground beef. We've got a couple of eggs, we've got some diced onion, we've got some breadcrumbs to get it all together. We've got some olive oil and some butter for the baby potatoes because you don't want the potatoes going all dry in the slow cooker. We've got garlic and tomato puree here, a bit of Worcester sauce, salt and pepper, and then for some extra seasonings we've got some sweet paprika, and we've got a few other things going on, so it's a brilliant all-in-one. So we're going to start first by putting the baby potatoes on the go in the slow cooker. So we've already sliced into halves and some into quarters the baby potatoes, because sometimes you end up with these baby potatoes that are absolutely huge. If you want to avoid this prep, we've found that the miniature bags are much better and they're more of a uniform size. So add into the slow cooker your potatoes, and then grab your olive oil, give it a good drizzle, and then you want some salt. Don't be shy with the salt, it makes it absolutely lovely. We've got some parsley here as well, which is brilliant on the potatoes. And then we've got some pepper here. And then we've got some butter. But what I'm going to do with the butter, I'm going to put it in last on the potatoes because then I can have it resting on top. So then, once you've done that, give your potatoes a really good mix with your hands. And then you want to aim so that they cover part of the slow cooker, like you can see now, because the idea here is the meatloaf will sit in one side, the potatoes in the other, and you don't want the fat coming off the meatloaf and ruining the potatoes, so we're going to be using the foil trick to make this come together for you. So I'm just going to give my hands a quick wipe, and now we can prep the meatloaf. So to start with, grab your mince. Just going to find a section here so you can see it in action. Hate it when the little paper bit kind of gets stuck and you can't see where it all is. So that's 1 pack of mince. Now let's do the second. So then, once you've got your mince in, let's start adding in the other ingredients. So I've got a bunch of breadcrumbs there. And then next, add in your onion. And then you want to crack some eggs in. If you're in the UK, I got this jug from Lakeland. I just love it. It's brilliant for pouring the ingredients into something. It's really, really deep, so it's great for mixing a big batch like this meatloaf. Sweet paprika. Add in some parsley as well. Some extra flavour. Some garlic puree. And some tomato puree are lovely in it as well. Oh, brand new one. There we go. Some Worcester sauce. Or Worcestershire, I should call it, but we all shorten it, don't we? And then we can get some of these ingredients out of the way and start mixing together our meatloaf. So all the ingredients are now in the bowl, ready for making it. So just get your hands in there and give it a good mix. I have got some more breadcrumbs if I need them, because it depends on the size of your egg. I know in a lot of the baking classes, they actually weigh out the egg because it can make such a difference what a large is like from egg to egg. Give it a good mix, because I can feel some of the breadcrumbs are kind of stuck together and you don't want that. And then you don't want too many breadcrumbs because it can make it too dry when you cook it. But this is coming together lovely. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my foil out and I'm just going to give my hands a quick wipe. So foil out. And what you want is you want a decent amount, like we've got here. And then once you've done that, once you've shaped it, it's ready for going into the slow cooker. So shape it like you would for a meatloaf, just like a really big log. And then if you've got kids that say I hate onions, what many people do is they actually blend the onions into the mince. It's totally up to you. So then what you want is you want it to be like a boat, so that the juices stay in the foil and they don't all just drip in under. So you want to be able to pick it up like that. So then pick it up into your slow cooker. And doesn't that look cute? The meatloaf and the baby potatoes together. So then the last job is to be adding the butter to your potatoes. So chopping board out, grab yourself some butter. And then just do it into chunks. And then you just want to be feeding it on top of your potatoes. A little bit more. We all love butter, right? And then this will stop the potatoes from getting dry and make them absolutely amazing. So then once you've done that, your slow cooker is ready to go on. Oh, and doesn't it look cute? I can't wait for my meatloaf later. So, turn on your slow cooker. And then you're looking for 4 hours on high, and then press start, and then we can get going. And what we're going to do is halfway through, you're going to give your potatoes a stir, because otherwise we find that they can dry out if you don't give them a stir about. And then you can also add your tomato sauce on top of your meatloaf as well. So it's just yummy. So let's get it on and see you in a few hours. So we're at the halfway point with the slow cooker meatloaf and potatoes. So let's get those potatoes stirred so that they don't go dry. Oh wow, look at that meatloaf already, doesn't it look fabulous? And I'll show you how far along the potatoes are now, so you've got an idea of the size of potatoes you're doing. Look, I can just about get my fork in them. They're not fork tender yet, but you know, they're getting there. You struggle to get them on the fork, you see, because they're not quite there yet. Just force the fork on that one there. So, slow cooker back on. We'll be back in an hour where we can put the tomato ketchup on top of the meatloaf. And we're not going to be long at all. So the slow cooker's had its main cook time now for the meatloaf. So now I just want to make a quick glaze that we can put on top of the meatloaf and then put it on for its final hour. So for this, I'm using some brown sugar. I've got loads here. I obviously don't need this much. So a spoonful of brown sugar, bit of Worcestershire sauce, plenty of ketchup, and then of course some tomato puree. Or if you live in the US, you would call this tomato paste. I think in Australia they call it that as well. If you're listening from Australia, do tell me, is it paste or is it puree? And then once you've got all those ingredients in your bowl, give them a good mix. And then that's your topping for your meatloaf. And then it's ready to go back on. So you can put it back on, or you can actually add this paste when you actually serve your meatloaf. It's totally up to you. I've grabbed the meatloaf out of the slow cooker and now let's slice in and see what it's like, shall we? Oh wow, look at this. Meatloaf in a slow cooker, I mean seriously, it's one of the best things. I've done it in the Instant Pot, I've done it in air fryers, but how wonderful it cooks slow in the slow cooker. I can't beat it. I suppose I should hurry up with this video because I believe my hubby is starving, hungry, and at the other side of the camera, but should have milk and loads of meatloaf in front of him first. Potatoes with the butter, meatloaf with its tomato glaze. Oh, I mean, what else is there that you could love anymore in the slow cooker? Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to follow us on Pinterest, Facebook, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and of course you can also find us on TikTok. But best of all, head over to recipethis.com/newsletter to join our weekly newsletter. And I'm Sam, and thanks again for watching.